I only came into this cave to get out of the mega strong wind. So I'm just at the end of a 2-week family holiday in the UK. It's early July, beautiful house on a beach where I've been coming since I was born. A good old friend of mine came down for a few days too, and we had a funny idea for a short film. So this video is about a little mini behind the scenes of making that film.
Oh, I love this place so much. It's always so hard to leave. The salty air, the invigorating Atlantic Ocean, the turquoise water, the crazy rugged coastline, the creatures in the rock pools, jellyfish the size of dustbin lids, and of course, the sunsets every night as the beach faces west.
God, filming yourself is such a challenge, like particularly this, where I'm wanting to be this side of the frame, and it's the only place where the camera can be sat on a saddlebag in this cave. But because I'm this side, I can't see the screen of the camera, so I have to film a bit, play it back, and then try and move back to the same spot that I'm standing on the sand. It's a little bit tricky. Because I've already shot so much of this beautiful coastline by drone over quite a few summers, I decided not to bring the drone from Sweden, and all I brought was my FX30 and a 24mm and the Tokina 11-16. The little idea we had for this short film is just about a guy, quite an unhealthy guy, lying on a beach, sunbathing, drinking a beer, smoking a fag. I was picturing scenes from, it's the opening scene from Sexy Beast, when Ray Winston is just lying there, sizzling. And then, he ends up having a heart attack and dying. And, the beach obviously is all still just going on around him. He just looks like another guy sunbathing on the beach. And then gradually the beach just empties of people at the end of the day as sunset comes, and he's still just there, lying in the same spot. And then the tide comes in and washes him out to sea. It might sound a bit dark, but it's actually, we don't want it to be, and we want it to be much more than just a sort of weird kind of dark comedy that isn't even funny. So we kind of want it to be somehow uplifting and actually positive and philosophical, and maybe bringing a poem into it, or at the end we were thinking, maybe some motion graphics so that you have this sort of, a strong shaft of light that comes from his body up to the sky, something like that. Before we started shooting, having ideas of how it might look, and the sound as well, the sound design, I was very aware that I thought I need a long lens for this, because I was imagining lots of nice cutaways of people playing on the beach, being able to make the beach look a bit busier than it is because you're able to, get the depth, line up lots of people into the distance. Ice cream vans, making it look like a busy scene. Immediately we started shooting, I was just thinking, this can't work, I was going up to groups of people who were sunbathing, strangers, and just asking if I could take a shot of them. And I was on the 24mm, which meant I had to be right up close to them. And I could not picture it in the edit. I just thought, this isn't going to work. It's just not right for the camera, the perspective, to be close to these people when you're trying to kind of capture the atmosphere of the beach. Whereas with a long lens, I knew that I'd be able to shoot from the perspective of our main character lying on the beach, so from his position you can pick off lots of different shots, like the ice cream van, people playing there, and it all feels like it's from his perspective, as opposed to kind of jumping the audience around to different groups of people on the beach, it just didn't feel right to me at all. So even though one idea was to make it into a YouTube behind the scenes video of the challenge and the disadvantages of only having a 24mm lens to use, the following day by chance I went to the beach shop and I saw someone with a Canon camera body and a 100-400 lens, went up to him, asked him, he was a policeman and a fireman, super friendly guy, and he said yes. And he stayed with us for 15 minutes while I just grabbed quite a few cutaways. And I'm so glad I did. I feel so lucky that we were able to bump into someone, because I think he was the only guy I saw with a camera in the whole, week or two that we had been here. So I didn't have my reflector with me either, and the closest thing I could find that resembled a reflector was a stepladder in the shed. So I polished up the top step of it, and I found that if you were within about 1 metre of his face, it kind of worked as a bounce from the sun, but any further than that and it was too weak. So I ended up kind of ditching it, not using it, which is a bit of a shame, because I love the added sort of sparkle you get, like off sunglasses, for example, and particularly when you're using a Pro Mist filter, which is what I was using for that. It's just funny, these bits of kit, that they're so lightweight to carry relatively, but if you're just going on a family holiday, I just thought there's no way I'm going to need one of them. So most of the shots were done on a saddlebag. I did one shot from this same stepladder, and then there was a couple of handheld shots towards the end when I was standing in water up to my knees. Obviously I was lucky that time, but being in that situation really did make me realise how important it is to always have a long lens with me as well, and I'm never going to make that mistake again.
Dear Papa, all is well back home. I miss you. I will try and have more patience doing the YouTube videos. See you Wednesday. Love, Zelda.